Hey, boys, good evening. Welcome back to another rendition of the Wine Boys podcast. I am your host, Lord Gerald.
And I'm the Zach Edward. Tonight's top story, methane. Why is there so much of it? And what does that smell?
Oh, man.
Thank you. I'm holding on to that one, literally.
Nice.
Thank you so much. Anywho, boys, welcome in, Wine Boys podcast. We are here to tell you to purchase t-shirts and other items at teespring.com/stores/The Wine Boys.
Ooh.
Where you can find many different things with the Wine Boys logo on it.
Ooh.
Including some shirts, some sweatshirts, some stickers. Whatever you like, go to that website and drop a little at on the gram when you purchase that shirt. We'll share. We always share the wealth.
I like it.
Yeah, do that. Find us on electronic mail, wineboyspod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
We are at wineboyspod on all social media.
Ooh.
So you can find us on those platforms. I'm at the Zach Edward on Instagram and Twitter, most predominantly. You want to do dates now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's just get it out of the way.
Do it.
While you guys are still listening. 2 dates coming up. Tomorrow night, if you're listening to this, it'll be tomorrow, Wednesday. So tonight,
Yeah.
I'll be at the Comedy at the Carlson in Rochester. It is a free show, 100-seat venue. All CDC and New York State guidelines are being taken or put in place. So get there, first come, first serve. And It was a sold-out show last time, so you should come. What else you got to do on a Wednesday night?
Right.
Besides, go home to your family.
Right.
Bring them out.
Yeah.
Anywho. Also, June 12th, I have a show at the CNY Community Arts Center in Fulton, New York, home of Nestle Chocolate.
Ooh.
There would be myself hosting. I've got some of the best comics working in Central New York right now. Come check them out.
Let's go.
June 12th, there is a 7 p.m. show, dinner available. And it's a lovely spread. So I suggest you come and eat some of that food. Okay.
Is it like bowling alley prime rib or?
No, it's, I can't tell you. You have to buy a ticket.
Okay. All right, boys, you can find me at Lord Gerald on the Instagrams and the Twitter. Also coming up this weekend, you can catch me at your local bingo hall with your grandmother. No, it's not even a joke. I'm going to be at the bingo hall with your nana. Hi, I'm Gerald.
And I'm Zach.
And we are the Wine Boys. Boys.
Blast off.
Boys. We ready.
We ready. I hate that shit. Oh, don't. As soon as it left my lips, I was like, nope, don't like this.
Boys, tonight, we're drinking.
Boys to Men tonight.
So we decided to take a little break from wine this evening. We went Ultra Rapper Champagne, Bel Air Rosé for the 150th episode. Check it out if you haven't. But tonight, we have a throwback. This actually takes us back to when we were two young, hairless boys going to college parties, finger popping broads on the dance floor.
He's not wrong.
Boys, Miller, Highlife.
Oh.
The champagne of beers.
It sure is.
And this takes you back. Remember, we lived together.
We did.
When we were in college.
I'm sorry. We lived together. .com.
And we would buy a 12-pack of this, split it at a party.
Yes.
You'd have 6, I'd have 6. And then we'd go to the bars after that.
Remember, we could just slug back six beers.
And that was the beginning of the night.
And we're fine.
Yeah. That was the beginning of the night. Literally, after those 6 beers, I could have drove.
If I drank 6 beers right now,
Jesus,
I would, I mean, listen, I'm a little older. I can handle myself, But 6 beers is like, I don't think I should drive tonight, man.
If I drink 6 beers tonight, I'd be like, work is going to be a struggle tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle.
Getting up in the morning is going to be a struggle. My alarm is set for 6 a.m.
It's hard with half a bottle of wine. I'm just like, ugh.
Yes. I wake up in the morning and I'm like,
I like grab my temples and I just like rub my head. And I'm just like, is that a tumor? Like, what's going on?
Wednesdays are hard for me. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
All right, because we record this on Tuesday nights. But I just remember with the vigor at the age of like 21, 22, I could crush a 6-pack of beer, and that was just the beginning of the night.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, oh yeah, pre-gamed, had a 6-pack of whatever, and then go to the bars and start double fisting cups of liquor.
We used to drink booze out of fish bowls.
We did.
That's how you know. Like, if you go to a place that's got a fish bowl and it's like neon colored, it's just like, just so you know, like the next morning is going to be rough for you.
Yeah.
The diabetic shock you're putting your body into at that point in time. She's like, dude, we haven't eaten yet. It's like, this is food.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're just eating the gummy worms that are like inside of the fish bowl. It's just like, oh my God.
Like we used to drink enough to like gain your grandpa's respect.
I remember I went to a barbecue. I think it was like a family function when I was like 22. And I drank everybody under the table. And they're just like one of my.
Well, this is also your family.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm really omitting to it, it's. I'm essentially, I would say, I would come from to be the third generation of alcoholic in my family.
Yeah, like you've got the.
It's all Eastern Europe and Ireland courses through my veins.
God.
Like, do you know how hard that is?
Just vodka and heavy beers.
Yeah,
like,
it's also shit vodka and heavy, dense beer. But the thing is, though, is if you don't drink a lot of it, you're a pussy.
Yeah.
So, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, listen to fucking cousin Frank over here just being like, why you fucking do that, huh? Yeah, it's like, all right, Frank, like, drunk again, I see.
And the thing about drinking is it's kind of like any athletic endeavor where if you don't do it often, you get out of shape.
That's how I feel about, like, guys that are in good shape that can also drink. It's like, how do you do that?
They play a lot of rec league sports.
And that's
and hang out after.
I know, but it's like, then how do, like, I don't get it. Like, I'm either doughy or skinny, and if I'm skinny, I'm not drinking. So that's tough for me.
Yeah.
I gotta do a whole reset.
Yeah.
I gotta do a juice cleanse. I gotta do Bikram yoga.
Yeah.
I gotta do fucking everything.
'Cause I'll be honest, like college, I kinda turned into I could drink a lot of beer.
You were gonna say alcoholic, and it's
maybe not alcoholic.
You were close. Did you get to a point where you started dumping like beer into cereal?
No, I never did that.
Neither did I. And
I never did that.
I had a college friend of mine who would just drink. He would be drinking a beer in the morning and pouring Coors Light into his cereal. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
I remember though, like, because in our friend group, I'm the youngest. So, well, not anymore now that everyone has ladies and shit. But of the guys, I'm the youngest. So I remember I was the last one to turn 21. And once I turned 21, it was a different bar. In that summer, it was a different bar every night. And I remember after about 3 weeks of this, I woke up one morning, sat on the toilet, nothing solid was coming out. And I'm just sitting on the toilet like, not even really hungover, but just hadn't had a solid stool in days.
Just dehydrated.
Just dehydrated. It's just coming out. And I'm like, I gotta slow down, man. Like, it's getting rough.
I remember I went for like a spring break trip. We went to Myrtle Beach with some friends. And my one buddy like came up to me and he like wrapped me around the shoulder. He goes, I don't know how you do it, man. I'm like, how I do what? He goes, how do you have Crohn's and drink? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I haven't taken a solid shit in 4 days. He goes, it's got to be coming out of you like lava. And I'm like, honestly, I was like, I've been all right. I said, I don't drink as much as you. He's like, yeah, I think I have a problem.
Yeah, but that's when I knew. I was like, Joe, you got to.
He then proceeded to drink for 72 more hours.
Yes,
and then,
straight.
Came home, had to go to the doctor. He goes, there is a lot of blood in my stool. Like, that's how he put it. And of course he asked me because apparently I'm the blood in the stool expert.
Yeah.
Because I have a gastrointestinal problem. So
usually that's how it works, you know?
He took a picture of it and showed it to me.
Uh-huh.
He goes, black is bad, right? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, that's up though. That's
Black isn't that usually like your kidneys?
It's just like
or your liver.
Yeah, so it's like it doesn't break.
Black in the stool.
I haven't had black stool in a while.
Okay.
Nice job, Zach.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Good job. Way to not be a dick to your body.
That's right, man.
Black.
Shouts out Crohn's disease.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to my cronies. What up, dog? Dark stool can be caused by or due to underlying disease. An example will include medications or iron supplements. Let's see. See a doctor immediately if you feel faint, pale, sweating, experience a fast heartbeat, having low blood pressure, shortness of breath. What does black stool mean? Let's see. Here we go.
I know
Black stool indicates bleeding or injuries to the gastrointestinal tract. You may have dark, discolored bowel movements after eating dark-colored foods, but you should call your doctor if it remains bloody or black-colored stools remain for an extended period of time. It is then a serious medical issue. So you're trying to tell me that I could take like one or two like black dumps and then like the other one comes out like a little different color and you're fine.
Yeah, you're okay. It just whatever was in there came out.
As somebody that has seen a lot of blood in my stool, like not a lot, but just like, enough for people to be like, you need to go to the hospital. It's just like, this is Tuesday, man. Like everything's fine here.
I've had a couple of stool colors that have concerned me before.
I've had like an orange one.
I've had red before.
Red is not that big of a deal, honestly.
And it was because I ate a lot of beets.
I was going to say,
And also my pee was red though, too.
From the beets?
Yeah. But I guess that's normal.
I had to take a medication one time that turned my pee orange.
Wow.
Like I have a picture on it on my phone.
That looks like dehydrated. That sounds like.
Well, it literally looked like orange Gatorade coming out of my dick. And I was like, I was freaked out because they gave it to me. So I had it wasn't like a kidney infection, but I had like something going on. And it was all it's weird because like the way Crohn's works is that all of the organs that are like associated to like your GI tract also can get kind of fucked up if like something is kind of knocked out of place. So I had like this, it wasn't like a full kidney infection, but it was like they just felt like something was wrong. So they're like, we're gonna give you these pills. You take them for 5 days. It's gonna turn your urine orange. And I'm like, it was so unexpected when it came out. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I think I got one that you've never heard of before. I had a teal colored stool once.
Gee, Play-Doh?
Teal. It was like a bluish greenish color. And remember Burger King was running that Whopper promotion where they had the black bun?
Oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah.
You told me this before.
Yes, I had a teal colored doo-doo.
I've drank like food coloring. Like we have an establishment here that does green beer.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be the kickoff to the St. Patrick's Day season. And it turns your poop like legitimately green, which is fine usually if you eat a lot of vegetables.
Yeah, but like, it's like a healthy green.
Yeah, this is not. This is like a Play-Doh green.
See, I don't have that issue with it.
It literally looks like clay.
Like mine will be after I drink a lot of green beer, it'll be like a healthy green, like I just ate a lot of vegetables. With nothing to be concerned about. But yes, but this black bun from this Whopper made my dookie like teal.
Black bun dookie.
Black bun Whopper in the doo-doo from it.
All right. Well, let's crack one of these bad boys open. I'm famished.
Me too. Man, I'm thirsty. Need a beer. All right, so boys, tonight we are drinking Ested 1903 Miller Highlife, the champagne.
You said Ested.
Ested. Established. I like saying Ested. 1903 Miller Highlife, the champagne of beers.
We are the wine boys. Should be drinking the champagne of beers.
That's a 16-ounce can. In the back of the can reads, "Nothing exciting here."
That's actually what it says. No.
It says recyclable aluminum. Questions call. Not gonna read you. Comes from Miller Brewing Co., Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's union made. 16 fluid ounces or 1 pint of beer. There's a Surgeon General's warning. Not going to read you that. Serving facts. Serving size is 12 fluid ounces. We're going to have more than that. This is 1 1/4 servings per container. Serving size is let's see. There's 4.6% alcohol by volume, 141 calories, 12.2 grams of carbs, no fat, less than 1 gram of protein. Ingredients: water, barley malt, corn syrup, maltose, yeast, hop extract. Corn syrup is used as a part of the brewing process only. Miller High Life never uses high fructose corn syrup. Okay,
Thanks,
All
Miller.
right, boys.
All right,
So let's
get on in here.
let me open this woman up on the mic and record it. Oof. Hear that, boys? Sound of an American legend.
Oh, hold on.
Yep.
Oh, hold on.
Yep.
There we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Terrible pour, but I'm a little off balance.
I was gonna. It's just gravity, okay?
I'm a little off balance.
I get a little poppy toppy.
And that is fragrant. And that smell brings back memories.
Something
too.
about this says I did manual labor today.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to polish one of these off after cutting the grass.
Yeah, I'm gonna play quick draw and drink one of these.
Hold on. I got a terrible head on mine, so I got to do the old trick.
I can't stay up.
Grease of the nose.
I have to stay up and watch the Win 4 drawing. Oh, it's so.
God, that tastes like college.
I haven't poured one of these in a while.
God.
Look at that. This kid's a fucking pro.
Jesus Christ.
This kid's a pro.
Look at that guy.
Look at how heavy that head is.
Woo!
Fucking your grandmother would be proud of this.
Woo!
I had a grandmother who used to drink Budweiser at dinner. Like, we go to a family restaurant, and she goes, and this is her exact words, no embellishment, "Give me a Budweiser and put a head on it." Just wanted a thick, sturdy head. Look at that.
Wow.
You
And
can
that is a
tell, yeah,
perfect-
you can tell I come from an alcoholic background. Like, I pride myself on very small beer drinking things.
Yes.
So, like,
and now I got to pour a perfect one.
a good pour.
After this one, I'll pour a perfect one.
Gotta be good at pool and darts.
Of course.
Beer pong.
How was that?
We should put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
It is getting.
It's getting like pissy warm.
It is getting warm. I mean, I don't know why we have to punish ourselves, but don't you just feel good right now?
I do.
That you're doing
let
this.
me pause this for a second. I'm gonna put the rest of these in the fridge.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll drink this one. All right, boys. Beer's in the fridge. Let's drink it.
It's gonna be a lot of that tonight.
Yep. Cheers.
Hey, wait. Good day at the mill.
Good day at the mill.
It's really not that bad.
No.
It's crisp. It's clean. It's got that faint, like, distant hoppiness. Mm-hmm. This is, you drink one of these and you just kind of, you reminisce about the tough day of work you had.
This takes me back to my early 20s.
Doesn't it feel nice? Mm-hmm. It's like,
Real nice.
I can't believe we drank like 6 of these a piece.
And then
had more to drink after that.
a lot more after that. I mean, there were a few nights there where I drank 6 of these, went to another establishment, drank a lot more, and then drove home. And I remember there was one night in particular where you were like, we need to have a chat. You drove home. And I was like, yeah, man. And I was clearly very hungover. I'm sure you remember this.
I do.
Yep. So this is what this brings me back to. These are fond memories of these and Black and Milds and sticky floors and snapback hats. It was 2010s. It was a great time. So anyway, boys.
Mac Miller was still alive. I mean,
God, rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Rest in peace to the
So
god.
was Nipsey Hussle. Gucci Mane was still kind of fat. Man.
Rick Ross was also still kind of fat.
Yeah.
Fetish. Yeah. Wow. What a great time to be alive.
Oh, he's Fit Ross. Anyway.
He's Fick Ross.
Fick Ross.
Well, it's been a doozy of a week. We've already touched upon the fact that Bill and Melinda Gates are just tragically divorcing.
Yes.
It's been a tough year. Bezos.
Been a tough year for relationships,
Think about it, man. Like, the two richest guys in the world couldn't hold on to their women's. Like, how am I supposed to do it?
I mean, how are you supposed to do it?
How am I supposed to do it?
Man.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, you gotta tell the kids.
Well,
Mommy and Dad are getting a divorce.
No, listen, fictitious kids. Listen. Fictitious children. I don't want to hear this.
Okay.
Yes. So tragically, it's tragic.
Tragically.
Let's just be honest. So what is going to happen? And we have to set the stage because there's going to be some changes.
There's going to be some changes in the coming months of the Boyz.
Same.
Right.
We aren't going anywhere. We ain't fucking leaving.
The Boyz. Well, first of all, you got to tell the Boyz what's happening before you jump into that.
The fappening. Yes, we have
the fappening
here. So, I am going to the Big Apple.
Yes.
The Big Asshole. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be doing comedic acts, like the clown that I am.
Yep.
Dance for me, boy.
You're going to be doing comedy.
I'm doing
You're pursuing this as a career full time.
I'm doing it.
You left your girl.
Not like I hate.
You left her.
We mutually decided to end the relationship.
Yep. Like a couple of adults.
Honestly, it was the most adult conversation I've had maybe ever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're cool with this? Oh, me too.
Cool.
Yeah, it just came to a point where it's like, I don't want to make it a sob story, but like it just got to a point where it's just like, I need to do something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no offense to this place, but it ain't it. Mm-hmm. I need a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So I'm just getting to the point where I feel like I need to start writing the story, man. I got to start doing it. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's been something I've been talking about in my inner dialogue with myself for a few years.
Yeah.
Even when we were starting this podcast, I was even like, when I was just getting back into comedy again, like I've had a couple of hiatuses where mostly health related. And that's always been an issue with me, is that I've always taken the low road of health, where I'm just like, well, my health isn't going to let me do this, or this is going to stop me.
Right.
And then it just took some time, a little bit of therapy, slight clarity. I'm just like, I can't be a what if guy. Like I that's the thing that's going to depress me the most, is like, if I was just, what if I blank?
Yeah.
Like, what if I don't do this?
Yeah.
And it's just gotten to a point now where I can't say it. I all I say to myself is, why aren't you doing this? So
right.
I said, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So that's happened. That is going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And it's time.
It is time.
It's time. So, Zach, you plan on leaving, what, by the end of the summer?
End of the summer is probably like just so I can get my affairs in order, get everything I need to do. I mean, essentially, it's really a career move. Like I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
I want to.
Now, personally, I love my life, so I'm staying here. But part of what I love is doing this podcast, and we are going to keep it moving until I'm committed. I'm willing to do this forever. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
you're kind of married to me.
Yeah, in a way. We'll make it work. You know, he's in New York, I'm upstate, but we're going to make it work. We have our Zoom calls.
We're going to meet once a week over Zoom.
Yep.
I'm going to see how he's doing.
Traveling Boys Club.
I'm going to see his shoebox of an apartment. Mm-hmm. Oh, Air Jordans. That's an upgrade.
So, yeah. So, we make it work. We'll do it over Zoom. Mm-hmm. We do what we got to do.
You're going to see our faces.
Yeah.
There's going to be video elements.
Yes.
You're going to see our faces.
Yes. So, we're going to make this work. And we're going to do it. Now, we did it over Zoom before during lockdown. We'll do it again. That's it.
We're gonna make it work.
We're gonna make it work.
Listen, most podcasts nowadays with two hosts are really some of the times the hosts are like across the country.
Yes,
you got one guy in
actually.
New York, you got one guy in LA, you got one guy in freaking like Texas, and other guys in
Miami. Like that's
like,
there's a bunch of podcasts that do it that way.
Yeah,
and
we can do
it's
it right.
nothing. They do it remotely. Nothing crazy.
Get it right, get it tight.
Get it right. Get it tight.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
And come along for the journey, Boyz Nation. Nothing's changing.
yeah. And to be totally honest, my favorite part of the podcast is the learning process of figuring it out. Boys, you hear how crisp and clear this audio is?
This took 3 years.
It actually did. This took a couple years to get it sounding this good.
Yeah.
Of just trial and error, new equipment, different settings in GarageBand and all sorts of shit.
I'm looking forward to the Wine Boys documentary.
What's funny though is like when I hear other people's podcasts, like Shower and Remain Nameless, but smaller outfits, much like ourselves, I hear their podcasts and I'm like, my shit sounds so much better. You motherfuckers don't know. My shit sounds so good. I can't even listen to this peasantry, this drivel, because mine sounds so much better.
Are you even trying?
Are you even trying?
Are you even trying?
Do you give fucks?
Like, do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm doing good?
Oh, you wore your fuck up
Because that's
boots
not how
today,
you say
huh?
it. It's, I am doing well. You don't even know how to speak.
Yeah. That's right.
Out of my sight.
Jesus. Wore your fuck up boots today, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? This is what you're putting out there to the world.
Oh, I just looked at my watch and it's, I don't give a fuck about you o'clock. So let's figure this out.
Put this out there for your children to read. Okay? Men from Harlem.
Work harder. Nobody cares.
Men from Harlem don't ride the bus. What a grown man look like letting another grown man take him downtown? Might as well rub him on the forehead, call him daddy. Some shit like that. You gonna let your son see this shit? I'm from Harlem, B. Or Dame Dash say some shit like
Fucking
that.
love Harlem. It's one of my favorite parts of New York.
I'm not even from Harlem. I just channel my inner Dame Dash.
I got a buddy who lives in East Harlem. Mm-hmm. He lives in a very predominantly Puerto Rican neighborhood.
Okay.
He's just like every fucking day gets Hanes t-shirts hawked at him every day.
Of course.
But it's like,
Jupe check.
The thing is though, is that they're different shirts every day. One day it's V-necks, one day it's crew necks, next day it's wife beaters. I was like, yo, my guy is just running off the rack of Target.
We're progressive over here. They're not wife beaters. They're A shirts. You know, that's actually the proper name is an A shirt. I still call them wife beaters. But
that's the thing is that even it's still acceptable online to call them that. Mm-hmm. And like, why hasn't that been canceled?
Wife beaters?
Wife beaters? Like,
you know what I've kind of discovered?
I never understood the origin story of the wife beater. Like, why did? Is it because guys would beat their wives?
Yeah.
In cut off shirts, like.
It's because, like, whenever there's a domestic violence case on cops, he's wearing a wife beater.
A stained wife beater. Probably drinking a Miller Highlife that's half spilt on him. Yeah.
He's about 8 to 12 Miller High Lifes deep. And he got home and there's tuna casserole again.
He can't articulate a sentence. Yeah. It's just like, all right, and
Craig is breaking windows.
Yeah. And she's just chain smoking long cigarettes. And he's just like inside. And the funny thing is, though, is that like the taped version of Cops is also playing on the TV.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, honey, look, I'm on TV.
Just Craig lost his job down at the mill. Can't get his Lexapro anymore. So he subbed it out with Miller High Life.
Good sub, Craig.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Now he comes home after a rough day of looking for jobs in town and just decides to, bounce his wife's head off of the side of the trailer. Sorry, Craig.
Craig. I mean, maybe
I don't know. Think Reagan era economics. I don't know, dude.
Invest in Doge. Like,
yeah.
Speaking of Doge, did you sell?
I sold half of my Doge that I was holding.
But it's the Doge father has resurrected.
No, he didn't.
For the most part.
No, the price fell. It got up to about 78 cents a coin. Now it's hovering around 50.
Yo, I just saw the dip. The dip was my favorite part because it was like apex of the roller coaster, and then as soon as you said it was a hustle on SNL.
Yep. Yeah. I woke up the next morning and it was like.
You were just like panic.
No, I didn't panic. I waited till today to sell it is I was like, let me just see what it does for 2 days.
Yeah.
And it was around like 40 something cents. It got up to about 50. And I was like, you know what?
This is it.
I'm going to sell like half of it. And I'm going to keep the other half and see what it does for a little bit.
I'd say a couple takeaways from Elon Musk's SNL performance. First and foremost, when he said he had Asperger's, I was like, yeah, I know.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like,
was he honest when he said that?
Yeah. He has Asperger's. And I said, yeah, of course he does. You ever seen that guy?
Can you just hear the way he talks?
Have you heard the way he speaks?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
He's a very most gifted individuals that are intellectuals have some sort of disability.
They're on the autism spectrum
on
somewhere.
A spectrum in some way because there are so many gifted thoughts coursing through their brain that they can only focus on them. Like even when I hear him on Rogan, like it seems like he's kind of thinking but also answering a question. Yeah, he's kind of like, well, you know, like it's just it's just like hold on, doing quantum physics. I'll answer your question about booty holes in a second.
Right.
Like,
he's like, well, you know, if we're living in a simulation, we're either living in a simulation or we're not living in a simulation. But that's really the idea that we could be living in. You know, like that. That's how he talks.
But as soon as he's just like, and then obviously, you know, everybody on Twitter is just like, he's so brave.
He's so deep.
Oh my God, he's so brave. He's the bravest.
Neil deGrasse Tyson though had a really interesting take on that.
Yes, but then he tried to accost a white woman at a party.
Well, this was after.
You want to see my Uranus?
Well, you can tell Neil deGrasse Tyson is like trying to come back now because this was on TikTok. Ooh. But he had this whole theory as to why we're probably not living in a simulation. And his reasoning is that if we're living in a simulation, then the technology that we would have would most likely be the same as in the simulation, would be most likely be the same as what we have now. And if the simulation were good enough, then it would probably be like an earlier version of it, but it would definitely be there.
Okay.
So if the simulation we were living in were good enough to actually be to the point where we can't distinguish, then there probably would be some sort of rudimentary form of living in a simulation within the simulation that we're living in.
Just blew my fucking mind.
So because of that, we're probably not living in a simulation. Because there's nothing immersive enough that's, even though it's a rudimentary form, to be able to say, okay, yeah, we're living in a simulation. But even then, at that point, it would be okay. You're in a simulation, but you can go into a simulation. So it's like an
inception.
An inceptulation.
An inceptulation.
Yeah.
I prefer when Neil used to accost people at parties.
Me too.
Where's that Neil?
You know, the vagina is...
It's grandiose.
I just love the way he talks. Well, we're talking about vaginas.
The thing is that the super intellectual has to, like, that's his lane. Like, that's the way he picks up women.
Oh, yeah.
He has to be super intellectual.
He always, like, licks his lips for...
Well, yeah, he does. He goes from LL Cool J to like
no, but it's like a creepy kind of like twitchy lip lick. It's like so when we're talking about cunnilingus, there has to be a methodical way of attacking the clitoris. See, we have to just.
It's actually quite good. It's a pretty good impression. I was to say your mannerisms, the flow of the of the words, like it's pretty spot on actually.
Yeah. I watched his whole his series.
Imagine him having a conversation with Alex Jones. Like how in depth those conversations would be. Wait, so you're trying to tell me that?
I think Neil would just get frustrated and walk away.
Yeah. You're trying to tell me that we're not actually living in a simulation now. If
it's true. Listen, this is just my hypothesis. So, but
you can hypothesize anytime you want. Not here.
Yeah.
Just anger.
No, but I actually watched his series. What was it called? The Cosmos?
The Cosmos.
Yeah, I watched
In the Cosmos.
What the fuck? Motherfucking Siri went off.
Oh.
God damn it.
Because you said
bitch listening.
You said the Cosmos.
I said the Cosmos. I watched this series, The Cosmos. It's because I said series.
Oh,
I thought I said Siri.
Sure.
Yeah.
They were just like, let's encrypt this this
Hey,
person's
Siri.
mind.
Oh, I'm just going to fuck with everybody's phones right now. Hey, okay, Google. Everybody.
Hey, Alexa.
Hey, Alexa. Hey, Siri. Yep, everybody. Did yours go off? Mine did.
No.
Well, you don't have it on, do you?
I think I do. Hey, Siri. Lick my balls.
Nah, mine is on.
She's not listening. See, because I keep my bitches in line.
I see. Yeah, like you can see mine. Hey, Siri.
Oh, see, she listening.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I guess I'll do mine. Hey, Siri.
Nope, yours is off. You don't have it on.
Yeah. Because you know what I do is I identify my bitches with APs. She ain't with AP on. She is not mine.
She belong to the streets. He cold.
Siri belongs to the streets.
So now that we got that out of the way, though, Zach is single, moving to New York.
Jeez, you don't have to put me on blast.
Young Carrie Bradshaw out here.
I'm more of a Samantha.
Living his Sex in the City life.
Let's be honest, man. I'm more of a Samantha.
Yeah, you're looking for your rich New York executive, take you and make you a house husband.
Can't wait.
Would you be a New York house husband? I feel like it'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I think that's kind of my lane. Like, I like a strong, dominant woman.
Yeah.
Like, I like a girl that's like, I'm going to be home at 8, dinner better be done. And I'll be like, whatever you say.
The kids are in bed.
There ain't going to be no kids. Actually, it'll be her kids.
Okay, her kids.
Because I'm going to be the second husband, but I'm not even going to be a husband. I'm going to be her assistant, and I'm just going to listen to everything she says.
It would be her assistant that gets to perform cunnilingus on her, like, 3 times a quarter.
Yeah,
once a month, I guess.
As soon as the pacing reports come out.
Yeah.
Then she'd be like, I am stressed, and I'd be like, just gotta crack my knuckles and get ready to go. I'm doing that. What is that weight that you put on your head so you can like do the neck exercise? I'm just doing that before she gets home.
You gotta get the jawser, the thing you chew on.
I'm just getting ready, and then as soon as the bag hits the floor, she just takes her panties off and walks into the bedroom, and I'm just like, okay,
yes, ma'am.
And it's just like I've been working out all day for this.
Yeah, you're doing your neck exercises.
Just that fucking like that headband rope thing. You're just pulling your neck back.
The kids are looking at you like you pick the kids up from their like. From their elite New York private school.
Expensive elite New York private school.
And you're just like in her BMW X7 going to pick the kids up.
I'm doing the jaw exercises.
And you take it out. Hey, kids. Jaw's really sore. Sorry. They're like, why are you doing that? Like, don't worry about it.
Your mother's very stressed. The pacing reports just came out.
Yeah, don't worry about it, kids. You're just chewing on this, just gnawing away.
Yeah.
I'm on my 30th set today.
I've done 180 of these.
Jesus Christ. You like bring the kids home. All right, kids.
Have the jaw of like I'm gonna have Jay Leno's chin. Like
just the most square jaw.
Oh, I'm gonna look I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready to lick some puss.
Oh my God.
Like I'm gonna be hungry.
You pull up to her
I'm gonna eat nothing all day.
Yeah. You pull up to her lovely home in Tribeca.
Yeah, I was about to say it's definitely Tribeca.
Yeah, you pull up to 100% her
Tribeca.
Lovely home in Tribeca, and then you park the BMW X7.
Yep,
the one with heated and cooled back seats.
Yes,
of course.
What I would consider a Mrs. Johnson.
Yes,
BMW.
A Mrs. John. No. Mrs. Johnson doesn't have X7.
She's got an X3. She's got an
X5.
X5.
Yeah, so
it's
doing
a Mrs. Johnson-esque vehicle.
Yes, but it's like
by the way, check that out in the archives. That is one of my favorite episodes.
Mrs. Johnson drives like a 2018 X5.
Yeah.
So it's like if I hit the Carvana real quick.
What is the origin story of Mrs. Johnson again?
She fucks like some kid that her daughter goes to high school with, if you remember.
Yeah.
Her husband's not hitting it right, even though he put that BMW in the garage.
And she's just
it's
like...
a 2018 BMW X5.
She's like, he didn't put that BMW inside my my lady.
That's right.
Inside my lady. That's what she calls her.
Inside my lady.
That's what she calls her vagina. It's called my lady.
Inside my lady. Let's see. X5. What is a used X5 going for?
27? Probably 26,000. More than that?
Ooh, excuse me. Depends on the year.
You said 2017 or 2018?
2017, 2018. Was 17 BMW X5. You can pick one up for about 35, 40 grand.
That's got to be in great condition.
Yeah.
I would say 27.
Well, yeah,
27 to 30, but like, yeah.
Here we go. Here's a. Well, this is only rear. It's S drive. We want X drive.
Oh, no, yeah. I would say you want the X drive.
Here we go. Here's a 2018 BMW
poor.
X5. X drive is the 35i. 46 grand. You can get one for 24,000 miles on it. Not bad, right?
Actually, only 24,000 miles on it. Let's buy that shit right now.
Yeah, and that's a relatively new BMW X5. Relatively new.
Yeah.
That's a Mrs. Johnson car.
New York City apartment. I mean, same.
Yeah, but we're talking a BMW X7 brand new.
I could live in that thing.
That's a different beast, buddy.
I could live in it.
Let's see, BMW.
Do I live in a nice BMW or do I live in a small New York City apartment? That's really the decision I can make right now. You know what I mean? Makes sense.
Right. Well, let's see.
Just like, I don't know if you've seen these leather seats, but it's probably more comfortable than that bed I have.
Okay, a brand new BMW X7 starts at 75 grand. Yep. That is what your New York City mom, well, she's going to get the all-wheel drive one. Yeah, about 75 grand, but she wants the Alpina.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the big boy right there. It's 140 grand.
Man, you're making me all randy.
You want the Alpina, bro.
It's making me hungry. By the way, I was just thinking about this. We didn't do any of the stats on Miller High Life.
You want to do the stats on Miller High Life?
I do.
Okay.
I do want to, because
we can do that.
Because I was thinking about it, because as wine boys, we always want to tell you all about the wine, where to find it, how to gather it.
Of course.
So let's do our breakdown of Miller High Life. Miller High Life is from Miller Brewing Company in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Of course.
It is a lager, 4.6% alcohol by volume. It is a so here are the tasting notes.
Okay.
I never have done tasting notes for a Miller High Life before. Miller, did you think you would ever do that in your life?
Not at all.
I feel like I need to going to the city, so I feel like I got to be. I'm pretty okay with having conversations about wine. I go to one of those Williamsburg, Brooklyn parties, and there's like, I got some.
Listen, I met my wife drinking this stuff.
Yeah, see?
So
good things do happen when you drink Miller High Life.
It does.
So Miller High Life is also known as the champagne of beers, is a quintessentially classic American-style lager. And then this tells the origin story. In 1903, Frederick Miller created Miller High Life because he believed that the good life, the high life, should be accessible to everyone, not just the upper crust. Sounds like my story. To this day, Miller High Life continues to be faithfully brewed as an American golden pilsner, utilizing light, stable Galana hops from the Pacific Northwest and a select combination of malted barley. The first reviewer said, "This is the first time I drank Miller High Life in 40 years." That's literally how the review starts. I haven't drank Miller High Life in 40 years. I decided to pick up a 6-pack because I was depressed. No, I'm just kidding. He goes, it says, "It's better than I was expecting. Honestly, pretty smooth, fairly easy to drink. Slightly sweet, oddly."
It is. There's an odd sweetness to it.
Here's my favorite part. Smell was not terrific.
Yep.
But it didn't affect the taste. I would recommend this over Bud or Coors products, in my opinion.
I'll agree.
Okay.
I'll agree.
So what is the equivalent? What is the Bud equivalent of Miller High Life? Is that just a Budweiser?
I would say Budweiser, yes.
And I don't mind Budweiser that much. It's
not at all.
And the Coors is the banquet beer. The
Coors the banquet beer.
I think I take a Miller High Life over a Coors banquet. I haven't had a Coors banquet in a while.
If
it's in those stubby bottles, I love those stubby bottles.
From what I remember, I preferred the taste of Coors, the banquet beer. But this has so much nostalgia in that. And also, I was drinking Coors, the banquet beer, around the same time that I was drinking this. And I remember preferring the taste of that.
Sure.
But, excuse me. I don't know. There was just something.
This is more of a burpy boy episode.
This had more of a magic to it than Coors did.
Yeah,
there was a lore. It's
a very Houdini type of beer.
There was just something about
don't pull
this
the wool
beer.
over my eyes. I know what I'm drinking.
And it created, when we were drinking Miller High Life together, it created such a vibe that was just.
It's a vibe.
It was a vibe.
It was an entire vibe.
It was a vibe. There was a lot of Dom Kennedy being played.
Oh God.
There was just, God, like good things were gonna happen that night. You know.
Yeah, we did have a lot of good times.
We had a lot of good
times. When Miller High Life
times.
12 packs hit our refrigerator, good
times
shit.
That and Bombay Sapphire, good times were had.
I
And maybe
remember-
we should have a Bombay episode.
We should. Oh,
We should have a Bombay Sapphire
but we
episode.
don't. But we just drink it like straight from the bottle.
I'm not gonna do that. We'll have gin and tonics. We'll have gin and tonic water.
Yeah, we're gonna go from wine boys to nostalgia boys.
Nostalgia boys, yeah. We'll do that. Not next episode, but a couple episodes.
I distinctly
down the line.
remember. So when we were living together in college, we had a great time.
Yeah.
I remember we invited some ladies over one night,
Uh-huh.
and we were playing some some drinking games, some beer
Yeah.
pong, some
Yeah.
card games, whatnot. And one of my favorite moments in life is when you lit a ping pong ball on fire.
Yes.
And then you held it in your hand as if it was not on fire, and you were just like, "Oh, that's hot," and you just dropped it on the ground.
That's not exactly how that happened. What happened was.
It kind of is how it happened, though.
What happened was actually our good friend Andrew, who's been a guest on the podcast, was there that night.
Oh, yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
And what had happened was we were playing beer pong,
Playing beer pongs,
as
yeah.
many people in their early 20s did. And someone, shot the ball. Someone stepped on it. And there was a dent in the ball.
Okay.
Now, I saw this trick where if you hold a lighter under the ball, it
pops up.
Yeah, the gases inside the ball expand. The dent pops out.
Science.
Well, I held the ball a little too close to the lighter,
And you lit that shit on fire.
lit on fire. And then I was like, oh shit, trying to shake it. But of course, air and fire makes fire grow. So I'm like, fuck. And so I drop it and then I stomp it to get it out. And it left a nice little singe on the carpet, which was hilarious because there was a cup full of water sitting right in front of me.
And instead of putting it in the water, you dropped it on the ground.
On the carpet, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we ended up not getting our...
That's how we lost our security deposit.
There was a couple other things. But
there's a couple of nights where you turned into the Macho
Broke a
Man,
window.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
there was a broken window.
There was a broken window. There was.
He also said that we didn't clean when we left.
Oh, we did.
We cleaned.
We heavy cleaned.
We
I bought a
cleaned.
rug doctor.
Yeah, we cleaned, but he said we didn't clean when
Yeah.
we left.
For the boys that don't know what a rug doctor is, it is a rentable cleaning carpet. Is a rentable carpet cleaner.
We didn't rent a rug doctor. We vacuumed. We didn't rent a rug doctor.
I'm pretty sure I did. I had a
not.
shop vac.
We had a shop.
Yeah.
We did vacuum
Yes.
when we left.
Yes, and it looked good.
And we swept,
yeah.
but we did not. We did not.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah, so so he charged us money after the security deposit.
My favorite thing about this guy, this lovable human, is that this is how you know you went to college in a small town, is the receipt that he tried to give us and like serve us as like, you need to pay this. He wrote on a piece of loose leaf paper. I was
did.
like, oh yeah, this is going to hold up in court.
Yeah.
Thanks for this receipt on
It was
paper.
a photocopied piece of loose leaf paper.
It was a photocopied piece of loose leaf paper. And he just said, yep, this is what you owe me. And I'm like,
You owe me another $600 after the security deposit is
I
gone.
was like, do I? Because this shit's not holding up in court.
Well, what had happened was I told my dad, you came over. This is the most like entitled shit.
Douchey 20-year-old thing
20-year-old
to do.
entitled
I told
shit.
my dad.
So I told my dad, and my dad said, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to draft an email to the landlord. You're going to CC my friend who's an attorney. And you're going to put a copy of the invoice, and you're gonna write this. And it was basically about how, like, yeah, we don't owe you that money. This is ridiculous. We're not paying. I've CC'd my attorney. Your move, sailor.
And
we never heard from him again.
And he was never heard from again.
Never heard from again.
Who would have thought threatening emails definitely do work?
Oh, they do. Well, that was my first time.
That was your first threatening email.
That was my first threatening email. Was that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one I had to actually, because when you sent it to me, I recall I was working a summer job. You sent me the text and you're like, we're good. I'm like, okay.
I think you came over while I typed up the email.
No, I was working that day.
Okay.
Because you sent me a copy of it and you're like, does this sound good? And I read it and I was like, oh yeah. That sounds awesome.
So yeah, we never heard. I might still have that email. I think I never deleted
I feel
it.
like I want to read it.
Let me see if I can find.
No,
it'll take a while.
We'll wait. Yeah, we'll see what.
It was at this point. It's been 10 years. So like,
God, I'm a hoarder of emails and boxes. I have so many boxes in my house. I was like, why the fuck am I keeping a box from a Keurig about 4 years ago?
Yeah,
like why do I have this?
Yeah, this is an old. But yeah, what we
things you learn when you try to sell a house is like. You find all the shit that you thought you threw away.
Yeah.
And you go through and you're just like, all my football cards.
I have so much shit.
I have so much sellable stuff.
Yeah.
I have a stack of Barry Sanders rookie cards.
A stack of them.
Stack of them.
How much are they worth?
Enough. Not a ton, but like enough.
Okay.
I mean, for the right buyer, it could be a lot. Depends on what you got. A collectible. Get a collectible store?
These Upper Decks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Upper Decks. They got the original Scout cards. Yeah, I have the... Now, if you boys are card collectors, that's big now. If you want a cream in your jeans, I have a Oklahoma State imprinted Barry Sanders Upper Deck original. Wow. Now, if you haven't come yet, let me tell you, it's plastic backed and in perfect condition. Wow. And that's when all the boys...
They in sleeves?
Oh, yeah. Plastic sleeves, perfect condition, no creases. Wow. Now, did you hear that noise? That is the series of all of the collectible boys coming. As you can see them, it's just an avalanche of cum. It's
a coming chorus.
Did he say it's in a plastic sleeve?
Yeah. So, feel free to reach out at wineboyspod@gmail.com to inquire about the cards.
Absolutely. I will get exact, precise pricing on it. I will get appraisals. I will get anything you guys need. But let me tell you, these stacks of cards are going to go fast on eBay. And they might be gone tomorrow. Or if you want to hit us up directly, wineboyspod@gmail.com, this card might be yours.
Ooh, nice. I'm hearing the moisture de la boys right now.
Yeah, can you feel the sweat?
Moisture de boys.
You can feel the armpit sweat. And these guys are just like, oh, God, I love that one. I need the card so bad.
God, just a bunch of dudes, pussies throbbing. Motherfucker. God damn it. All right.
Sounded good for a while.
Sure,
yeah.
for a minute. Boys, would you like another beer?
I would.
Okay. Let's pause for a second. I'll go grab another.
We're going to pause for station identification.
All right, boys, we're back.
Got a couple of beers.
More alcohol.
Never mean no harm. Ooh, that was a squirter.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
I also have this tendency. I turn my tabs.
You turn your tab?
Yeah. It's an old trick I learned in the fraternal house. Because I was told if you turn the tab, you're less likely to be molested.
That sounds right.
Yeah, right? Science?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a heady pour.
Yeah.
This is a grandma pour.
Be honest, I haven't poured a beer into a glass like this in a while. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, this is a shitty pour.
Yeah.
It was good. It looked good. That's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. A little too much head.
No, this is what my grandmother likes this.
This is what she likes, like this right here?
Is that she get every time we go out to a restaurant, get a Budweiser, and she always say, I want a Budweiser, put a good head on it. She also, she would always be like, put a good head on it, pussy. She was a lovely woman.
I feel like she was.
She really was.
Okay.
Just very approachable, super nice. Didn't talk about the war at all.
Man.
Back in Korea.
I just don't make Fucking chicks, man. Just don't make them like they used to.
My pop-up was a Korean War veteran, and that guy could tell a fucking story, man. I longed to go over to their house. I didn't even like going to their house that much, but two things. My pop-up actually liked professional wrestling and talking about the war. And as an 8-year-old, that is exactly what I liked.
Yeah, you love that, man.
I was like, dude, this is exactly what I like. Like all of the men in my family liked wrestling, which was so weird to me, because like my uncle was super into wrestling, but he was from Philly, so he was super into like ECW back in the day. So he was the first person to like let me watch a TVMA rated like wrestling pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and I'm just watching like just tits.
Yeah,
as in like an 8-year-old, and
tits.
I'm like, it's basically, and I'm like, I shouldn't be watching this.
Wrestling and titties.
Yeah, that's
fucking beef jerky.
And that's essentially the man I am today.
Yeah,
this is why I haven't changed. I haven't changed since I was 8.
Yeah, man, wrestling, titties, beef jerky. What else can you want out of life?
There's really nothing else.
Look at that. It's like
wrestling, titties, beef jerky.
It's like a frappuccino.
It does kind of look like a Starbucks creation.
It's like a Starbucks frap.
Look how fucking heavy the head is. Like, what is in there to cause this?
Mostly shampoo and chemicals.
I was going to say, are we drinking conditioner right now?
Yeah, probably. You know, this is fucking Head and Shoulders. Just.
I'm going to have a bellyache in the morning.
Oh, me too.
I'm going to just fart bubbles.
I'll wake up, I'm like, oh, I need coffee.
Hey, what'd you guys do last night? I drank a 6-pack of Miller Highlife. How you feeling? I don't want to talk about it.
I need coffee. That's how I'm feeling. I need coffee I need coffee and something greasy.
Yeah, I need coffee, corned beef hash, 2 pieces of wheat toast.
I feel like this is a very reminiscery episode as we drink Miller Highlife, walk down memory lane. Remember after going out on Thursday nights, Friday morning, we'd go to that diner.
Oh, which one was it?
I think it was the Ritz.
I think it was called the Ritz, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. Get a big, greasy breakfast and feel like $1 million after.
Good breakfast, man.
And I remember, like, I had class. I had like a 9 a.m. class on Friday.
At 8:30. I never went.
I went to mine.
Never went.
Because I was retaking that class. So I went to mine.
I had a friend sign me in, basically. How many weeks are in a semester? If it's 3 months, it's probably like 12 weeks?
Something like that, yeah.
I think I went once. I think I went the first week when I got the syllabus. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah. I
don't need to do anything else.
Mine was like a math class. It's like calculus. And I already failed it the semester before, so I was like, I actually have to.
This is what happens. You drink Miller High Life, you start talking about college again.
Yeah, let's
talk about real world shit.
What do you want to talk about now? I'm reminiscing now, missing the good old days.
Thinking about leaving the kids, the wife?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's fun to look back in the past.
Come on, man, move to New York with me. We can do it up right.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
I'll have a 6-pack of Miller High Life in the fridge any night.
Nah, because here's what's gonna happen to me. I know if I hypothetically, right?
You're gonna start doing heroin. Oh,
it's yeah, probably. So if I just up and decide, you know what, man, I'm gonna leave my wife, leave my kid, I'll move to the city, I'm gonna find myself, man, become an artist. Like, what's gonna happen is I'm falling to a weird crowd, right? Get an edgy haircut, start wearing Dickies, unironically.
High top Vans.
Yeah. I mean, I wear low top Vans now. I'm gonna get the high.
You're getting high top Vans.
I'm gonna get like the skate highs, right?
Yeah.
And then what's gonna happen is
hit the Empire State Building high, just big.
Then what's gonna happen is I'm falling to like this weird crowd of like artsy kids, but I'm 30, so it's like the old dude of the group, but I'm like finding myself.
Just the old bitch of the club.
Yeah. And then like all these kids like skateboard and shit. And then what'll happen is I don't know, buy a camera, get into photography and shit.
Damn, you got this figured out.
Like this is probably what happened, but it ends with me doing heroin. Like
I have an existential crisis.
Yeah.
I then start doing hard drugs.
Fall into a deep depression because I haven't seen my kid in months. Yeah, and then I do heroin. Like that's where it leads.
Yeah.
All roads lead to heroin in this fantasy. Okay.
All roads lead to heroin.
Yes, they all lead to that great white horse called King Heron.
Muchas gracias.
Yes, that's where this ends up. Now I don't want to do heroin.
I mean, I just want to do it just so I can say I did it.
Just like once, just one time.
That's
do
my
heroin.
problem is that I'm gonna like it.
But you can't do it just one time.
Yeah, that's the thing about.
It's like Lay's chips.
That's the
thing. But
like
you can't just eat one.
Yeah, it's just a bag of potato chips. Like, okay, try to eat it once. Go ahead.
Yeah. You're like, oh, these are so good. I'll take another little handful.
You fucking sounded very Cosby when you said that. I want to try the heroin one more time.
I want to try another little, just chase the dragon a little bit, Next thing you know, you're giving $10 blowjobs. Like, where does this end?
Toothy blowjobs, too, at that.
Nah. You got your skills down too. You got the grip, and you got that nice little you know just where to suck. Get this guy in out quick.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're a nasty woman.
Frightening.
You're you're in your prime too. You look at a dick and it'll come. Just
sends a shiver up my spine.
Yeah, just imagine the kind of look you give a dick. You just make it come like a Burmese python.
I would say one of those seasoned porn veterans, just whoa.
Yep.
She just looks at it. It's like it's over.
Like, finish him. So,
well, it's probably a good segue to what we were speaking about beforehand. Now that you got a couple of beers in you, do you want to back out?
Back out of what?
You know what I'm talking about. You're trying to back out.
I'm not trying to back out of anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
You are trying to back out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Boys, there comes a time in a man's life, in a boy's life, that he has to look at himself in the mirror and just say,
oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, now you know.
Now I know.
Once you look at yourself in the mirror, you're just like, fuck am I doing, man?
Yeah.
Am I doing my life?
Yep.
So, we have a little challenge for one another. Now, I haven't really found the prize or the... Now, here's the thing. How are we going to know? Like, are we going to...
Honor system.
Are we going to call each other and just be like, hey, man, so did you, like, is that what it's going to be? Or is it going to be like a...
We'll just go by the honor system.
Show it to me.
We'll go by the honor system.
Okay. So Gerald and I have decided mutually, because we both understand that it's beach season. We want to look tighter. We want to feel better. So what we're going to do is we're not going to jerk off for 30 days.
Yes. Full 30.
We're going to do a whole... So mainly the whole 30 is a diet-based program. This one is a don't touch my dick-based program.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Is now, being a guy that is readily available, pornography is very easy. To just be like, let's do that instead.
Yep.
And I've gotten to a point where it's just like, no, I want to know myself better. I want to know I want to discover myself more than just sitting, wherever on the toilet thinking, maybe I'll just turn on a scene and see what's up.
You sit on the toilet and do it?
Sometimes I do, man.
I haven't done it in the toilet. That's kind of retro for me.
Well, when I was like, coming from a guy that takes a lot of shits. Sometimes I'm just like scrolling through Instagram. I'm like, boring. I was like, I need something else to spice up my life.
Close the gram, open Chrome.
Yep. Put in that incognito window, and it's just like, and you start typing X's and P's, and you're just like, fuck, I'm doing it again. Like, it's just how it is. It's a loophole. Yeah. So I don't want to break the game. Like, I don't want to get to a point, because I feel like I'm getting very desensitized to a lot of things. Like, here's a great example. You sent me a horrific video the other day it's the one where I believe it's like a third world country and all the goats are getting their heads chopped off.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I didn't blink once. I was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Like, just numb. Like,
and this man was like, it was buffet style.
It was just buffet style. Just swinging
yuck,
this fucking like sickle and just ripping these heads off.
And it was smooth too. Hot knife through butter. That sickle was sharp.
And I was like, that's fine. And you kept sending it to me, and I was just like, no emotions.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad for these goats.
Yeah. In fact, I believe the conversation was, if I can read it, because the text thread gets reckless. I'm not gonna lie.
Gets hella.
I sent this to you and I wrote Happy Mother's Day. And your response was, thanks for this. I said, no problem, bro. You said it's all about perspective. I say, it may seem brutal, but he's feeding his village. You said perspective. So
Perspective. It's all about perspective.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. No sense.
No.
Makes absolutely, contextually makes no sense.
Yeah.
At all. But it's funny. It is funny.
Now, I know that would receive a much different reaction if I sent it to our group chat of friends. Mm-hmm. Some people would laugh. Some people would say, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and I kind of the even keel. I'm just like, cool.
Yeah.
that is a lot of goats.
And I've sent that to people before. And
those
they were
are literal,
upset.
those are the goats getting their heads chopped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've sent that to some people before and they were genuinely upset.
I haven't gotten into a habit where I haven't sent things that I've seen on the internet to people in a while, because I used to send some deeply dark shit, and people are just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm just like, "That's not funny." Like when that guy falls out of the helicopter and smashes his head on the ground. You don't find that funny?
Oh man!
I have a very dark sensibility, but like when I see a man's head turned to Play-Doh, I laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
And people are just like, "You don't find that funny, huh?" Not at all. I'm like, no. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some good shit out there, man.
I would send people fucking when they would do the beheadings in Al Qaeda. I'd send people those videos, and they're just like, "Why would I want to see that?" I was like, "Perspective."
Remember we were hanging out one night.
Just remember, this isn't you.
Remember we were hanging out one night, just like with a bunch of friends. We watched an ISIS beheading video.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. We did.
We were at
your old place.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Why did we do that?
We were talking about ISIS beheading videos.
We were just about to go out.
We were about to go out to a bar.
We were about to go to a bar.
Drinking, hanging out.
Oh, God. Okay, so this night is hilarious. It's coming back to me. Okay, so we watched the ISIS beheading video.
Jihadi John. Cut off a journalist's head. Shouts out Jihadi John. Why am I saying shouts out to Jihadi John? I was about to say, because he's dead now.
I know. Shouts out. He can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. Yo, shouts out Jihadi John. Like, what? Anyway.
So I distinctly remember we go out that night, and we hit the beautiful town of Schenectady, New York. It is a beautiful, beautiful, angelic place.
This was not there.
Wait. Oh,
no, this was on Tip Hill.
Oh, that place. Wait a minute. We went. No. Oh shit. Wait. Different friends sent me a decapit. Never mind. Okay. Back up. Rewind. So. I lived in Albany when I first got out of college, and one of our friends, one of my fraternity brothers, had a friend who was brown.
Oh, okay.
And he was super into decapitation videos.
I mean, I like to dabble, but I wasn't like, I can't say I'm into decapitation.
Okay,
even though we've talked about in less than 5 minutes of me sending more than one.
The night with, "Hey, you want to see some shit?" I go, "Sure." We take a couple of shots, decapitation video. I'm just like, so this is how we're going to do this, huh? So I've unfortunately come into contact with a lot of people that like decapitation videos.
I like a nice one every now and then.
When was this? Because I don't think I remember this story. Give me context. So I'm living with a couple of friends.
Yeah, this was on Tip Hill.
Tip Hill in Syracuse. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
and it was me, you, a couple of friends that have moved away since.
Were we watching this on a big screen?
No, I think it was on my phone. I think I found it on Twitter or something.
That makes sense given the time period.
Yeah.
What did we do that night?
We ended up going to Molman's, probably.
Yeah, Molman's.
Yeah.
What did I do?
You probably went with us to Molman's. It was an unremarkable.
That wasn't Dear Lady night, was it?
No, it wasn't Dear Lady night.
I remember that so vividly.
I actually was not there for you.
That was so
Ukrainian Dear Woman
fucking
night.
funny.
I was not there.
I like brought a girl home and my buddy looked
Single Zach stories.
My buddy looked at her and he like the next morning he was just like, "Hey, what happened to that girl?" And I'm like, "Oh, I told her to go home. Like it was just, it just wasn't really up for it." He goes, "She looked like a deer." I'm like, what?
Well, the way one of our friends tells a story,
like he said that like you could see like the white of her eyes, like be surprised when he like asked her a question. She was like,
yeah. The way one of our friends tells a story is basically you picked her up at a bar, brought her back to your place, slew her. She
slew her.
She came out into the main area. I guess she was looking for the bathroom or something. Was surprised to see like roommates and friends
people
in the living room after they heard your love making sounds. And our one buddy is
love making sounds.
Our one buddy is stuffing his face with a Zoni.
Oh god.
He just and then she just comes out and just sees surprise. She just sees him and it's him and like a few other people watching a movie and she's just surprised.
Just
he's like,
headlights.
"One bite."
The old deer in the headlights look.
The old deer in the headlights.
She looks like a deer.
Yeah, so they said she gave the old deer in the headlights look.
Well.
And then she just turned and scurried away.
Scampered.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Single Zach stories. So yeah, that was a
nightmare.
The legend of the Ukrainian deer woman.
It's got a nice ring to it. Not gonna lie.
The Ukrainian deer woman. So
she's like a mastodon.
Yeah.
This Ukrainian.
That's what.
This Ukrainian deer woman.
That's one of your roommates from that time period has been calling her that for years.
Listen, this Ukrainian deer woman.
Yeah, your roommate.
Oh God.
Your roommate T. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
If you notice, we always rhyme things.
Yes, we do. That is, I vaguely remember that story.
Yeah.
But the deer, the Ukrainian deer woman is like one of my favorite things. Like,
that's just a great nickname.
It is a phenomenal nickname.
Ukrainian deer woman.
Yes. It's like deer hunter. It's like, it's a Ukrainian deer woman.
Yeah, just a chesty creature with antlers.
Well, thank you for noticing.
Yeah. But yeah, I was not there for Ukrainian deer woman.
Yes,
I was not there for that.
Ukrainian deer woman.
Yes.
Yes. Have some vodka. Let's look at headlights and get scared.
Yeah, but so we've talked.
Yes.
We're gonna take this as a challenge. We are
not gonna fap.
No fap. We're not gonna masturbate for 30 days.
Jesus, man. I wanted to do 2 weeks.
And I said let's do 30 days.
And you are let's
do a month.
So we gotta do rules. So there are rules. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now by no fap we mean there's no hand-to-hand combat. So basically you can't use there's no hands.
There's no solo action.
No solo action.
Right.
However, there is, if you are going to in your case, you're gonna make consensual love with your wife. Sweet
consensual love in my marital bed.
Yes, sweet marital love with your wife. I am gonna find a fucking sea creature of some sort, I guess.
another Ukrainian deer woman.
I see
a fauna of Eastern European descent.
I do love a good bitchy attitude. I've always said that. That's always been my thing. Is now a back to single lifestyle. I've got hold on, ladies.
Ooh.
2 things I love is I love a good attitude. I really do, because the thing is that like people take one look at me and they go manipulative. Mm-hmm. Like we can manipulate and just mold. We're gonna origami this fucking little guy, and then I give it back a little bit, and they're just like, okay, all right,
okay.
And the other thing is just like decision making. Like just we're doing this. This is happening now, and I'm just like, fuck yes. You tell me exactly what you want, but as soon as the conversation turns to me and they go, what do you want to do? I'll be like, goddamn right what I want to do. Like, I
want you to kiss the helmet, bitch. Yes. So, kiss it.
and order some chicken tendies.
Kiss me, hell,
Extra ranch.
extra honeys, mustards. So,
You want to star my next film?
motherfucker.
Oh, what's going on?
Fucking boys, we record in a basement. I really do apologize.
It's the basement.
Boy City, the basement. I gotta turn that off. Hold on.
Why don't you pause it for now?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, let's pause.
All right, boys, we're back. Heater's off. House is freezing, but we're good. So,
The baby's crying. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, we have decided that we're going to nofap for 30 days. We're going to do it.
Which is
Build up some semen.
We're going to build up some. There's going to be a lot of semen retention.
Yes, and the main rule is your only release has to be with a lady.
It has to be with a lady.
Yes. So
it has to be purely sexual.
yes. Well, we're not gonna. What?
Follow-up question.
Okay.
Now, say we are to climax, and we have to use our hand to finish said climax. Are we allowed?
Is a lady in the room?
A lady would be involved.
Then I would say it's permissible.
It is permissible. Okay.
It is permissible as long as you're in the company of another person.
Wouldn't it be funny? Now, your circumstances are a little bit different because you are a happily married man. Now, what if, and you can explain this to your wife from the circumstances of this bet, that you can't touch it at all, so she has to polish you off. And that's the only way. And you're just like, I can't touch it. You look like a scene in Cops. You just throw your hands up. You're just
No.
Ah!
I feel like this is one of those things where
I find that to be maybe the best rule of this whole thing. You literally cannot touch it. Like, and it has to be a thing.
I mean, that's a weird rule, but okay.
I like it.
It's not
For me, it's pretty funny.
okay.
'Cause
It's
it's
not,
like-
but it's not an issue for me. Like I'm
You gotta get your issue off. Yeah.
yeah. When I'm in the puntaka, it's that hot puntaka. What am I, like 12?
Oh God.
I'm in the
Puntaka?
when I'm in the puntaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like the finish line is near. The finish line is near.
In the cosmos.
Yeah, it's not like I'm like pounding away for a while and I'm like, I need a handy to get myself there. Like, no, that's not my issue.
Well, my thing is like from my perspective, like I mean, you're different because I mean it can go anywhere. Me, it's like, well, I mean, it's got to go somewhere not in there.
Okay.
So I got to put it on a wall. A face.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's just
like
anywhere.
When's the last time you wore a condom?
The Reagan administration? Nixon?
You're a newly single guy.
Yeah.
This is new. You haven't fired off that first
No,
load yet.
Yes, I haven't discharged the firearm.
Yeah, coming soon to a chest near you. you haven't.
Very good.
You might want to write that down.
5 stars. Coming soon to a chest near you.
Yeah, a chest, a bed sheet,
Coming.
cornea, whatever you want to do, bro.
You trying to be a pirate?
Yeah, arr.
I like that. Coming soon. It's spelled with 2 M's.
Coming soon to a chest near you.
To a chest. Wow, very good.
Yep. Yeah, I could see you writing a bit like that. Like, yeah, ladies, I'm single now.
Coming soon to a chest near you.
Haven't fired off that first
Yeah, and desperation on stage. is
Load
never
yet.
Good, yeah.
coming soon to a chest near you.
I do like that. It's a good tag.
If it's a crowd full of dudes, you could do that.
They're just like, fuck yeah, dude. I love coming on tits. Fucking tits, dude.
Yeah, you see the one guy in the back, he does this face.
Yeah, when he does that shit, when he does like the finger guns with the fucking like buck teeth.
Yeah.
It's just like you see that guy and you're just like, that guy is not getting laid.
He
Like,
is not getting
anybody
laid.
that does
It's-
that look like
Finger guns, buck teeth. Never
finger
good
guns,
luck.
buck teeth, that guy that equals does not fuck. Like that guy does not have any sex.
This guy
gets-
does not fuck.
Yeah. Like he comes to your show, he does that shit. He wants to get a picture with you.
Yep.
Because you notice that guy.
Yep.
You get a picture with that guy. Oh man, I loved your set, I love your shit. And I'd be like, couple things. One,
Love the way you talk to those fucking chicks, bro.
yeah. First of all, one thing, don't do the fucking finger guns.
Finger
man.
guns. Buck teeth. Keep the teeth in your mouth.
Keep your teeth in your mouth. No finger guns. No girl is like, oh my God, I hope he puts that finger gun inside me. Like, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Thumb up's a clip, bro.
Yo, I don't give a fuck, man. There's two things in this.
Don't do that, friend.
There are two things in this world that women do not like: finger guns and teeth.
Finger guns and buck teeth.
Do not do it.
Relax, Bucky. So, the rules for NoFap. We should issue more challenges on this podcast. We don't do it enough.
We should shame each other into doing more things. I want you to lose weight. Boom.
Wow.
Shame.
Wow. Okay. Shame me.
You're not even that big. Like,
shame me.
Yeah. If I felt like there was things that were detrimental to your health, I'd be like, man, let's talk. No, you know. Let's not shame each. We should shame each other a little bit more. Though.
I should lose more weight, though. I should.
But you're not like. If I felt like I was gonna lose you, I would be like, we got to talk, man. Like,
but also, I've always been a big.
Don't you want to see your baby grow up? Like,
but also, I've always been a big kid. Like, this is how.
Yeah, but you're not like but you're like a put together big guy. Like, you work out.
Yeah,
you do like manual labor.
Yeah,
like you're not a out of shape fat guy.
I'm not a sloppy fat.
You're not a sloppy jalopy.
I'm a structured fat.
You are a slightly off-putting Play-Doh.
Sure.
You're a manicured Play-Doh. That's a good way to describe it.
You're a manicured Play-Doh.
You're a manicured Play-Doh.
It's been left out for a little too long, so it's a little hard.
It's a little hard. Exactly. That's the thing, is that it's left out a little too long. It hits the sun a little bit. So it's just like, it's soft, but also hard.
It's also like it's got that hard outer layer.
Yeah,
but it's like,
it definitely works.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd be called that today?
No, but you know what? I understand.
But it does make sense.
But it's you know what? I should drop a couple.
Soft, yet pliable.
Now, here's the thing is I lost about, how much weight did I lost about 30 pounds during lockdown.
Yeah, I would say you were...
Gained it all back.
And then I started eating again.
As
soon as they opened up those restaurants, I was like, I'm fucking eating.
Yeah. But I lost a good 30 pounds and then started eating again.
I got barbecue on Sunday from Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
And I ate so much.
We made a lot of food. My dad made a gnocchi. He made a lobster bisque.
Damn.
I made some chicken riggies.
Your dad can cook, man.
He can cook his ass off.
I
didn't get this big just looking at food.
I remember this. And this is a. Since we're getting nostalgia with the Miller Highlife, let me tell you the way back story of the origin story of the first sleepover at Gerald's house. It's one of my favorite things. I remember it still to this day. It is the spitting image of your father. It's one of my favorite things he's ever done to me, and it makes me laugh every time. I'm spending the night at Gerald's house for the first time. What are we, 13, 14 years old?
Something like that, yeah.
So I'm spending the night at your house. Okay. We're I don't know what we were doing. We were up late doing some shit.
Hanging out, playing
Xbox, listening to records. What are you doing?
Listening to CDs. Listen to Nelly.
Yeah, we listened to a lot of country grammar. I go downstairs. You're not up yet. So I go downstairs. I sit down. I'm disheveled. And your dad is awake and he's cooking. He's cooking. It's Saturday morning breakfast, and I'm just like, "Hey, Mr. Price," or whatever his name is, Peter. Hey, Mr. Peter. Just like, hey, how are you? I'm good. What do you? Gerald still asleep? Yeah. All right. Well, what do you like to eat? Just like, I like anything. He's just like, all right. You like pancakes? I'm just like, yep. Well, you're not getting those. And I'm like, okay. He goes, you like bacon? I'm like, yeah. I ain't cooking that either. Like, okay. He's like, scrambled eggs? I'm like, yeah, I like those. I ain't making those either. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right now? He's like, you like cereal? I'm just like, yeah, I like cereal. He goes, I only got Raisin Bran. I'm just like, what the fuck is he doing right now? He's just like, you thirsty? Just like, I could do a little bit. He's like, well, water's broken, so
swallow your spit.
And then I realized, oh, he's joking.
Yeah.
It took me 4 or 5 passes. Then he's just like, And then finally, like, you kind of like, I think he heard you stirring. He's just like, I'm just kidding. I'm making all that stuff. Yeah. Just your dad is clowning on me as you're like sleeping.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm going to fuck around with this kid and see how he does. Like, it was a bountiful breakfast.
Yeah, that was a staple in my house.
Oh, it was everything.
Growing up, is breakfast was a plenty.
Yeah,
on the weekends, like Saturday morning.
It was like the meal for the day.
Yeah.
It was like there's no lunch. There's breakfast, and then
we're
you
having
eat.
a huge breakfast.
It was bananas. I was sitting there and I was just like, I think I'm gonna die if I keep eating. And he's just like, just keep eating. he's gonna judge you if you don't eat.
There was a lot of food. There was like eggs, grits, pancakes,
everything,
biscuits, bacon.
I was just like, has he been up since 4 a.m.?
Just making a lot of food.
Yeah. Do you guys have a full functioning bakery here? Like, what's going on?
What's going on here? There was a lot of food. Breakfast was a big...
It was a disturbing amount of food. There's been some great moments, like you hanging out with your dad and, like, you. Like, eating breakfast at your house. The first time I was accosted to eat breakfast, that was great.
Uh-huh.
I remember I went to your house to watch the Canelo Mayweather fight.
Yes.
When Canelo Alvarez was, like, 14 years old.
Yes. Like Floyd decided to pick on a young Canelo Alvarez
because I was watching. I watched the Alvarez Saunders fight over the weekend.
Yeah,
because everybody was just like, "Oh, Saunders is going to be the guy that's going to give Canelo a run."
No, he's not.
And then he literally broke the guy's eye. I haven't heard that in a boxing match in forever, maybe since Tyson.
Yeah,
like Canelo, it wasn't even a good uppercut. It was like a half.
Yeah, it's always those punches though where you don't realize how much power they had.
Obliterated this guy's eyeball to the point where it's just like, he needs to have reconstructive surgery tonight, or he's going to lose the eye.
Yeah.
Like, imagine getting punched so hard in the face that you have to go have reconstructive surgery that night, or you won't be able to see tomorrow.
Yeah, like you need reconstructive surgery.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Well, what happened? I fought Canelo Alvarez. Like, you dummy.
Jesus, son. He get kicked by a mule? Like,
it's like I got kicked by a mule that was a Mexican right hand.
Some Mexican ginger punched me in the face.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Or as I got hit by a Canelo right hander. I like to call it a Tijuana donkey show.
Oh my God! The Guadalajara leprechaun punched me in the face.
Oh God! Just the Canelo right hand, or as I like to call it, the Tijuana donkey show.
Yes. Like
oh my God!
He
obliterated his face.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize, like, I watched back the highlights after I watched the fight. I was like, because it didn't look like that bad of a, because like Saunders went down to, like, he was trying to clinch, and he like went in, and he went into the hand. So you don't realize that, like, you're adding. It's like
it's your momentum traveling
like, it's just
to the fist.
It's just kinetic energy.
Yeah, this is literally a collision.
Yeah, this is the point in the show where you lose your eye. Like, the guy's trying to clinch as he's going in. Canelo's just like, I'm going to bust this guy's face. Just bang.
It's kind of like that video of you ever see that video of Michael B. Jordan get knocked out?
No.
When filming Creed.
Oh yes, yeah, no,
yes.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
What it was the guy that he was fighting was an actual boxer. Like, I mean, granted, there's a movie, he's doing his own stunt, but they got to sell the punch. So what it was Michael B. Jordan was going to move his head into the guy's fist.
And he just didn't.
And the guy, he did, and the guy swung his fist. And he didn't swing it at full speed, but it was just the collision of Michael B. Jordan moving his head into the guy's fist and the guy just punching him.
Night.
And it was just out. Over.
Yeah, that's frightening.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah. All right. Well, I think this is where we
end.
Yeah. Tijuana donkey show.
Tijuana donkey shows.
That's crazy.
The Guadalajara leprechaun.
Yo, I want him to fight somebody else that I know. I feel like he's fighting a bunch of dudes that I've never heard of. Mind you, like,
zone.
Well, the thing is, I was like Saunders was undefeated.
Yeah.
Like this was the fight. Everyone.
Here's the thing though about being undefeated in boxing. It's like
he literally fought a small horse and won.
It's not like boxing is like, the NBA where it's like, who everybody has to play everybody eventually. And like, you really know like who the fucking dogs are. Like, who like the really talented people are. It's pretty much anybody can become a pro boxer. And you have a ton of guys that just go down to fucking Mexico and just pad their records.
Yeah.
So they just fight a bunch of bums. You get
like literal bums.
Yeah, like you get fucking 16 straight knockouts.
Ooh.
Like, and also there's this whole thing about how like professional fighters have to be undefeated.
Yeah. I'm holding it a P right now.
Okay.
So like let's pause and then
okay.
let's close this out.
All right, boys, we're back. Empty bladders. We're drinking Miller High Life.
That's the thing. Is if we weren't drinking this
wouldn't be as much of an issue, but we are.
Yeah, it runs right through me.
I'm about to crack beer number 3. Now, I already know we're reaching the danger zone here. Okay, I'm a 30-year-old dad now. I don't have the same tolerance I used to have. So, alarm
You're already
set
pouring
for
shittily. Like
oh, yeah.
Like
now
it's a heavy pour. There you go. See,
there we go.
It's all
right
about
the ship.
It's a 45-degree angle. You gotta work the neck.
Yep. So
there you go. There you go.
I already know.
Sensible head on that.
Yes, sensible. So I already know after I report when we get done with this podcast. I'm like starting to slur my words and shit. We get done with this podcast. Fistful of Advil, eggs,
sunglasses,
banana, toast. Like, and that's tonight after I record this podcast. Because if I don't, I will wake up hungover as shit tomorrow morning.
There's a distinct possibility I'm going to get Taco Bell. Like that.
That's happening.
Yeah, this is by distinct possibility. It means it's going to happen.
Yeah, like you're gonna wake up in the morning with just fucking Crunchwrap Supreme crumbs all over your shirt.
Oh, fuck! I did it again.
Oh fuck. So
there's something oddly romantic about sitting in a Taco Bell thinking about, well, I know it's Mother's Day, but I haven't seen her in a while.
you show up at your mom's place with the party box. I sprung for steak.
Yeah, I got 6 hard and 6 soft. Hope you guys are ready.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, taco party pack.
You eat 9 of them.
Oh my god. I once I brought a taco party pack to a legitimate party and ate the whole thing. I think I ate 11 of the 12 tacos. And people are like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, a lot. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot wrong with me.
Or you want to talk about gross amounts of consumption. I remember the night I met one of my girlfriend's best friends. We went bowling.
By girlfriend's best friends, you mean your current wife?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we were dating at the time, but yes.
Can't call her the girlfriend. She's not your wife.
Well, she was my girlfriend at the time, but yeah, my wife. One of my wife's best friends.
You made a child with her.
I did.
She's always your wife.
One of my wife's best friends. It was myself, my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, her friend, and her friend's boyfriend at the time, now her husband.
Ooh, I know who it is.
I'm sure you do. We went to their wedding in Mexico.
Oh, nope. Not the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. So anyway.
I thought it was their other friend.
Yeah. So anyway. We go to the bar, order some drinks before going to bowl. And it's my turn to order. Now, keep in mind, as we described our prime ages of drinking, I was in that phase in life at the time. I was about 21, maybe 22 years old. My turn to order. What do I order? I'll take a picture of Yingling. The friend says, "Oh, like, you gonna share that?" And I was like, "Nah, this is for me." Not realizing that this was just not that crowd. I don't know. Have you ever been in a situation where you ordered an entire pitcher of beer just for yourself, and like people kind of looked at you sideways?
Not just yet.
Okay,
I'm getting close though.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
You know what? On your next single Zach weekend, You're out with some friends. Order a pitcher of beer. And you're like, no. Like, I don't need a cup. This is just me.
Okay.
Because I didn't ask for a cup either. And they said, sir, we have to give you a cup. I said, I don't need it.
Okay.
That's not even funny. It's kind of depressing.
I was going to say, it's not funny. It's sad.
No, it's kind of sad.
It's really sad.
I mean, it wasn't. No, for the boys.
Depression den.
Just poured more beer into the glass.
It's not that I'm sad. It's just that I'm unhappy.
So anyway, boys.
Boyson.
Are you gonna crack that open? Or?
I don't think so, man.
Okay, you don't have to.
I don't like. I'll be honest. I brought it down for nostalgia.
Okay,
just so I can say it's here.
Okay,
if I want it, but I can't do it on this pod.
Okay, no, it's okay. I respect your decision.
Thank you.
I've gone there, so
you're also at your house.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not.
I can be a real suburban dad.
Yeah, I was just say you can.
And wake up in the front lawn. Fuck, I gotta work. Like that.
An absurdly short bathrobe.
Yeah.
like just.
Is that his balls?
Billy, get inside.
Grown man nuts, boy.
You have the neighbors across the street who are you have the neighbors across the street who are like 6:30 a.m. go out, get to the bathrobe, slippers, go grab the newspaper, go to wave to you, realize that you're drunk, passed out in the front yard.
I definitely live in that
one testicle hanging out because you've been drinking so much.
Just one testicle is exposed.
As they're getting the kids ready for school, Billy comes outside and be like, Daddy, what's going on? He's just like, back inside.
Get in the house.
He has to wrangle the kids so he doesn't see your exposed testicle.
Yeah. Then they Janice, I think something's going on with Gerald across the street.
What do you think it is? I think he's drinking again.
I could see my one neighbor who lives right next door. He's like, hey, neighbor, how's it going? And I'm like, and then he's like, rough night? I'm like, yeah, man. He was like, yeah, I've been there too myself.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Do. And then he goes to cleaning out his flower beds or whatever.
Yeah, sure you have, Howard. That's great.
Sure, yeah.
Howard. It's Ned Flanders. You literally have Ned Flanders living next door.
What's funny though is that his kids are early college, so. It's funny because I still want to be young and cool, so I feel like I relate to his kids more than I relate to him. But I don't.
You don't.
I don't. No. I relate to him more than I relate to his kids.
Yeah, you're just fucking Howard.
I'm still young. I'm still cool. No, I'm not. No, I'm not cool anymore. To be totally honest, I'm coming to terms with the fact that I'm not cool anymore.
It's tough, right?
Not really. I feel like. Understanding you have to embrace the wash. You have to embrace how washed you are. So
get washed. You old man.
Buy a minivan because it's easier than an SUV.
True.
It's a lower deck height. There's more seating capacity.
To load those kids in.
It's easier to load the kids in. It's easier to put shit in there and then get it out because you don't have to lift it as high. And you're fuck. Get to my age, you got to worry about your back and your knees and shit like that. Yeah, you got to make sure you get that cardio in because you're 30 now, and if you get your cardio in, you'll feel and I'm quoting Giannis Papas right now, but you get that cardio in, you'll feel like you're 20. If you don't get that cardio in, you'll feel like you're 60. Okay. And that is a fucking fact.
That is a fact.
In fact, last night, right? Because I didn't wake up on Monday morning to work out. I was like, I got to get it in. So I watched a smooth 45 minutes of anime and I was just on the bike, just going at a nice steady state. Nothing too sweaty, just really the equivalent of getting the steps in.
Yeah,
not wanting to walk
just a nice dew on the grass. That's what I call it. You're not going so over the top that you just got downpoured. But it's a nice, simple dew on the grass in the morning. I can feel it. I know I'm doing something.
Exactly. Listen, I'm not trying to win a triathlon here.
Yeah.
I just want to see my kid reach the age of 25.
Smart.
That's what I'm going for at this point.
I just want to live enough.
Just enough. I don't
Yeah.
need to be the world's oldest man.
No.
Because to be totally honest with you, I don't want to be like the last of my friends to die. Because then you just get like old and
You
cantankerous.
also don't want to be the first.
I just need to be in the middle of the pack somewhere. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, I don't...
The old middle
Middle of the pack. Nobody wants to be the first black president. Save that for Obama. He's exceptional. He's an
exceptional man.
He's an exceptional human being. Okay? Second or third is cool, though. Like...
Even the third one, you're just like, well, we've already had two.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Like, if you're like third, fourth black president, at that point, you could be a C student at an Ivy League school that got in on a legacy program and maybe did a little coke sophomore year.
So what?
So what? You know, that's when you know that racism is solved.
That is what I consider. That's not even racism. That's just borderline racism.
No, it's once we have like our fourth black president. Fourth or fifth.
We're just cool with America.
Yeah. Once we've had like, I'd say like the fourth black president. And at this point, he was like an average student at like he's president, so it has to be a remarkable school.
Yeah.
But he was an average student at his college and he like did some blow and it's like well documented.
It's like, whatever.
And maybe he had a sexual assault allegation, but like everybody's like, hey, boys will be boys. That's how you know that racism is officially over in the U.S. Yeah. And people say, oh, racism's over. We had a black president. No, it's not. Because even if you think about it, right? Obama was exceptional.
Well, he was kind of the what's the right way to describe it? He was the hope. I mean, he was like this guy is
the hope.
He is it.
Like, you think about it. He went to fucking Columbia undergrad. He went to Harvard Law School.
Yeah.
Not a blemish on his record.
Yeah.
Oh, he smoked a little bit of weed in high school. That's it. That's all you can find.
I have a theory about how much weed Obama smokes because it's not just that in high school.
Okay.
I feel like I feel just because of how calm he was at like the most.
He might have been smoking weed.
I feel like I think he definitely was. Like his interviews they would do, they were just like, so what do you like to do to unwind? He'd be like, I like to sit down.
Take trips to Canada.
Yeah. I like to do a lot of. I play a lot of basketball, and I like to practice my jump shot. If you know what I mean.
It's a subtle Obama, but I like it.
He definitely smoked a lot of weed.
Now, but think about his predecessor, right?
Mm-hmm.
C student at Yale. Ran some companies, ran them into the ground.
Did a little coke.
Did some coke when he was in college.
Coke, actually.
Did a lot of coke.
But that's the kind of guy you want to hang out with. George W.
Yes,
like,
George W. Bush.
It's still one of my favorite clip on maybe the clip. It's not my favorite clip on the internet, but it's close. Of when George W. Bush is having the conversation with the media on the golf course, and he's just talking about like we're going to take down the terrorists, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Now watch this drive.
Yes,
I love that shit. If you're boys listening to this podcast,
pulls out his Big Bertha. That was the driver back then.
Pull it. This clip won't get us in trouble. You pull it up. You just type in George W. Bush. Watch this drive. It's It's one of my favorite clips on the internet. It's just he gets so passionate, like so presidential.
We're gonna do this and watch this drive.
Now what? And he just gives this action plan and then rips a fucking nuke down the just a nuke down the middle of the fairway.
Oh my god, I'm looking for it to watch.
There it is. No,
watch my drive.
Yeah,
let's see.
It's fucking fun. It's phenomenal.
Fucking champion.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Hopefully this doesn't play like the AP Open. There we go. So this is a little bit longer version, but you just got to do the part where he just starts just talking shit. Go to the other video. No, this should be all right. There's George Sr.
President?
Yeah. Turn up a little bit.
All right.
For those who yearn for peace,
This is great.
For those in the Arab lands,
Arab
those
lands.
in Europe, for those all around the world who yearn for peace.
I've never seen
We
this.
must do everything we possibly can to stop the terror. There are a few killers who want to stop the peace process that we have started, and we must not let them. For the sake of humanity, for the sake of the Palestinians who suffer, for the sake of the Israelis who are under attack, we must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
There's a lot of swag in that right
Just how much energy comes out of that dick.
Now watch this drive.
Now watch this drive. Now watch. He gets up, just bang.
A little stiff, but it looks good.
Nuked it.
Nuked it. I love hearing the I nuked it.
Like, watch. Look how comfortable he is in this golf cart. Fucking legs up. It's just like, thanks, Dad. Thanks for the ride.
That shit was real.
It's the President of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Fucking feet up on the golf cart.
I love that shit. That's big dick energy right there. Listen.
Now watch this drive.
People kind of shit on W a lot.
He's my fucking hero.
You know what? I have a newfound. We were young when he was president.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have a newfound appreciation. There was so much swag in that.
Yeah.
It was like an old white dude's leader of the free world swag.
Like, let me tell you,
like, we have to take out tourists in Europe and abroad over in Arab land.
And
now watch this drive.
Yeah. We got to make sure that we have peace with Palestine. Now watch this drive.
Now watch this drive. You know that was a Big Bertha.
Yeah.
You know that was.
It sounded good, and he just like nuked it. It's just,
and it was exactly what a driver.
Yeah.
It's exactly what a tee shot should sound.
There's
like.
something so pristinely authentic about a good drive. Like,
yes,
if you're
it's a
like
nice tee shot. Where was he playing?
Probably a nice country
playing at
club.
Augusta or something.
Something nice. Like,
yeah.
Like when you and I, as very much average to bad golf players, average
100%.
to bad golfers.
Yeah.
Anytime we hear that like beautiful sound off a driver, we're just like, yep, never gonna do that again.
Yep,
It's just
like that.
That just sounds good.
That went really high and really far.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
that's not happening again.
When you hit the ball and you go, wow, it's just like, well, wow, that is good.
It'd be funny though if he like
just
after doing some
duffed
shit,
it.
you can't duff a shot.
Oh no! Like there's so much.
Like you gotta nail
There's
it.
so much adrenaline coursing through your veins at that point. It's like if you don't crush one, like when you just like tell the media of the free world, now watch this drive. Like you better nuke that.
I feel like he went home when that shit like aired, because you know that shit like aired on CNN or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Fox News or whatever. He like went home
And he just kept rewinding it and jerking himself
like
off.
showing it to Laura,
He's
his
just like,
wife.
Laura, watch this drive.
Watch this drive. And then
I'm
Laura saw.
gonna
she's
give you
like-
some drive later.
And then she was like, "Oh dear!" And then he was like, "Booyah!" And then they fucked. Just God.
And then they had 5 minutes of passionate marital sex.
Yeah.
Now watch this drive.
No, watch this drive.
All right.
That's one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
I can't believe you've never seen that
I've
before.
never seen that before.
Yeah.
Now watch this drive.
Don't you feel better now that you've seen it?
Yeah.
Like, don't you feel like better as a human being? Like, I think it's a perfect way to end this. This has been.
This is how we end
yeah.
terrorism.
This is how
now
we end.
Watch this drive. And he just fucking smashes a golf ball.
Pristinely white is that statement? Like,
It's incredible.
like, let's make a strong statement about terrorism and the way that we can abolish it. Now, also watch this drive.
The only way to sprinkle a little more swag onto that would have been if he twirled the club at the end.
yeah, it's just that was good.
Yeah, he just twirls the club, right?
And then
at
the way
end.
he jumps in the golf cart, puts his feet up on the front of the golf cart as his father is driving.
Yes, who is a former president of the United States.
Like, just it is the ultimate boss shit. Like, it's ridiculous.
Just hits it.
Now watch this drive.
Whoosh. It's like lightning striking. God, now watch this drive.
Now watch this drive. All right, boys, great episode this week. Thank you for enduring us with Miller High Life tonight. This is what you get.
But reach out. Feel free to reach out. Let us know. Yeah. Do you like the Beer Boys episodes? Are they a nice little change of pace every now and then?
I think I like it. It's a little mix up.
We haven't had one in a while.
It is the champagne of beers.
Of course.
So we like to stay on brand.
Yep.
So, boys, we'll talk to you next week. We love you with all of our hearts, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.
I love you. Please call me back.